Good morning, YouTube, BookTube. This is Johnny. Thought I'd make a video on Monday Reads. Today is the last Monday of 2020 here in West Michigan. It is 8:38 in the morning. It is December the 28th, 2020. Yeah, we're coming to the end of another year, and I keep trying to remember what 2020 was all about. I mean, I can't remember anything about 2020 except the COVID-19 plague that started in the spring of March, because I remember back in March when the library, our local library, was still open, and I was volunteering at the library used bookstore, the Book Nook, and then COVID hit. And that's been the major thing I can remember of 2020. Well, we have a new granddaughter, Nora Jean, who's now 2 months old. That's a major event of 2020. But I don't know, my days seem to all run into one single thing. I mean, I suppose what I do is I just try to live from one day to the next. I mean, I don't, I'm retired. I'm going to be 69 in 2021. And I don't have to work. I'm retired. My wife retired this year from being a nurse. And so, we have our oldest son who lives down the street, Caleb, and his wife Emily, and our two little granddaughters, Josie Joy and Coralie, and their little dog Ollie. And so I just live a simple life. One thing else about BookTube and about my life is that I'm not really into the world. Well, I live in the world, but I'm not really. What I'm into is, well, being a Christian. I'm into my Christian faith. That's one of the reasons why I started BookTube, is to show Christian books and my love for literature, not only Christian books but other books outside of the Christian realm. And to show about my diary. Today I woke up this morning and I was writing in my diary. I'm on page 1,253 for the year 2020. But I just live a simple life. I don't like to, I'm not into traveling, I'm not into vacations, I'm not into anything except my walk with the Lord Jesus and my family, my wife, and my children and grandchildren, and into collecting books. And then I realized, we have a new year. And as I've mentioned many times in my videos, I'm running out of room for books. And then as you get older, you begin to wonder you ponder, you realize how short life is. That you're here just for a moment. You're just a blink of an eye and your life is over. And so sometimes I think maybe I should spend the last days I have here on earth just praying and reading the Bible and seeking the Lord. And the only thing when I go out into the world, I go to thrift stores, or I go to, before COVID-19, I went to used book sales, used bookstores, or I went to the Book Nook, the library used bookstore, and I volunteered, where all that has come to a close. And so except thrift stores have opened, and but the point is, my hobby, the only thing that got me out of the house was going to thrift stores. So if I don't buy used books, if I don't go to thrift stores, I just stay home. I might go to the grocery store with my wife, or go down the street and have dinner with our oldest son, but I don't go anywhere else. Well, next week I have to go to the dentist, which I'm kind of dreading. I just don't like doctor appointments. I don't like dentist appointments. I don't like any kind of appointments. I just like to be left alone to pursue my own little contemplative life here in the hermit hut. But this is Monday Reads, and it's kind of like why I should keep on making videos when I've just been reading the same things. Only thing I've read differently since my last videos is I got this book out of the lower level last week, The Lords of Finance, The Bankers Who Broke the World. It's a non-fiction. It says here on the cover, quoting the New York Times book review, the magisterial work as you learn how the world spiraled into depression, talking about like the Great Depression. You can't help thinking about the economic crisis we're living through now. So a lot of what is in this book I have been reading in this book, The Price of Peace, Money, Democracy, and the Life of John Maynard Keynes by Zachary Carter. This is by Liaquat, Ahamed. So some of what is in here, I read in here. This, though, goes up into the Bush presidency. It just how John Maynard Keynes' economics worked itself out in America and American history. And I have been reading a novel, Explosives, by Jim Geyer. So I'm still reading these, and we'll be reading them throughout the week and going into January 2021. This morning I got out to read Imitation of Christ by Thomas à Kempis, the spiritual writings of Denis and the Carthusian. I've been reading his treatise on contemplation and reading The Spiritual Life by Campegius Vitringa. This was translated out of Latin. So I got that. And I'm still reading The Eastern Orthodox Church and New History by John Anthony McGuckin. These I'll be reading throughout the month of just January 2021. Late Medieval Mysticism of the Low Countries, Classics of Western Spirituality series. Still reading Denis and the Carthusians, Volume 1, Psalms 1 through 25, a commentary. I'm on Psalm 7 still in here, and I also have been reading this on the Psalms by Plumer. So really not much going on differently as far as what I'll be reading this week. I do have a book coming in mail today. It's a Christian book on radical holiness, and I don't plan to go anywhere this week. So yeah, that's what's going on here. It's like people have planned out what you're going to read in 2021. Well, I can't even plan what I'm going to do this week. I just read what I have been reading. I don't really plan to change anything this week or the following weeks. I've still been reading in the Bible. I'm in 2 Kings. I'm on chapter 5 of the book, the 2 Kings in the Old Testament in the Bible. Reading the book of Psalms, writing in my diary, talking to my wife, just going through the days and trying to live as quiet, as simple a life as possible. I feed the birds. I should walk. My wife, her mantra, my wife is keep on moving. Like my wife left this morning to get a new battery for her cell phone and to go to a grocery store. And that's about it. I should keep on moving too. I should talk about New Year's resolutions. Well, I should walk at least around the block every day, or at least walk for a half hour every day in the year 2021, because I'm getting pretty old. So like I said, I'm going to read Imitation of Christ, The Spiritual Life this morning, read Dionysius on Contemplation. Yesterday I read this for devotions on the Eastern Orthodox Church, A History by John Matthew McGuckin. I kind of read these throughout the week. Every morning I change. And during football I've been reading The Lords of Finance by Liaquat Ahamed. I can't pronounce his name. Really enjoying this. Very interesting. Like I said, it covers the First World War, and how the First World War, how it devastated the economies of Britain and France and Germany, and how it also affected the economy in America after the First World War. I don't know. I always find economics, history, interesting. I just like reading history from different perspectives. So that's it. I hope you had a good weekend. This is a new week, and I suppose we're coming to the end of the year, New Year's Eve, and hope you have a good new 2021. To me, it's just, life is a mystery. It just keeps flowing by, and you just got to keep on seeking the Lord and live by faith, and look to the Lord to just get you through the day. So thank you for the comments. Thank you for the new subscribers. And until next time, bye.